Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Ross McCorkle. I will admit, nothing about the quarterback situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers has played out the way that I expected it to. Once Russell Wilson came back into the lineup healthy as the starter, I thought it would make perfect sense to have a head start on using Justin Fields in a package of plays throughout the season. He did lead them to a 4-2 record to start the season after all, and looked like a better version of his Chicago self in the process. It'd be one thing if Fields never started and they had to try to work him onto the field for 5 to 7 snaps per game, but he got meaningful experience both in training camp and in the regular season for them to play around with what works. That seemed like the perfect setup to get Fields involved in just about every game to force opposing teams to prepare for both quarterbacks. That isn't the way it played out at all. He did not play in 4 games and was inactive with injury in 3 games. He only saw at least one offensive snap in 4 games off the bench, and the last instance was 1 snap in which Fields got injured on a late hit while he was sliding against the Eagles. He saw a grand total of 13 snaps off the bench across those 4 games. The most he was used was against the Cleveland Browns, and that situation was pretty puzzling. They put him in near the end of the game on a critical drive and had him throw the ball deep. It was almost as if the Steelers were overthinking and outthinking themselves, trying to break tendencies instead of playing to Fields' strengths. He can throw the ball deep, but if you're going to do that, just have Russell Wilson do it. That's one of the best things he does. Or at least don't have Fields do it on 3rd down in a critical spot of the game, if at all possible. Now the Steelers' offense is in a rut. The 4-game losing streak and really the 5th game before the streak have been bad for the offense. The last time they looked good was against the Cincinnati Bengals over a month ago. Mike Tomlin said he's open to playing Fields in this game during his press conference this week. I wouldn't expect anything more than about 5 to 7 snaps at the very most, but it's time to throw a wrench in things and force opposing defenses to deal with the mismatch that he creates in certain scenarios. Fields has been underutilized off the bench this year despite all the talk leading up to the season that it might be a big factor. The playoffs are the time to get that going. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.